It is better to offer no excuse than a bad one. Freedom and property rights are inseparable. You can't have one without the other. It is better to be alone than in bad company. If freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent we may be led like sheep to the slaughter. My mother was the most beautiful woman I ever saw. All I am, I owe to my mother. I attribute my success in life to the moral, intellectual, and physical education I received from her. Human happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected. I hope I shall possess firmness and virtue enough to maintain what I consider the most enviable of all titles, the character of an honest man. Gentlemen, you will permit me to put on my spectacles, for I have not only grown gray, but almost blind in the service of my country. Guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire called conscience. Perseverance and spirit have done wonders in all ages. Associate yourself with men of good quality if you esteem your own reputation, for 'tis better to be alone than in bad company. Few men have virtue to withstand the highest bidder. Happiness depends more upon the internal frame of a person's own mind than on the externals in the world. Experience teaches us that it is much easier to prevent an enemy from posting themselves than it is to dislodge them after they have got possession. Worry is the interest paid by those who borrow trouble. The turning points of lives are not the great moments. The real crises are often concealed in occurrences so trivial in appearance that they pass unobserved. To encourage literature and the arts is a duty which every good citizen owes to his country. I conceive a knowledge of books as the basis upon which other knowledge is to be built. Paper money has had the effect in your state that it will ever have, to ruin commerce, oppress the honest, and open the door to every species of fraud and injustice. We must consult our means rather than our wishes. Be courteous to all, but intimate with few, and let those be well tried before you give them your confidence. To persevere in one's duty and be silent is the best answer to calumny. Discipline is the soul of an army. It makes small numbers formidable, procures success to the weak and esteem to all. Let your heart feel for the afflictions and distress of everyone. We should not look back unless it is to derive useful lessons from past errors, and for the purpose of profiting by dearly bought experience. There is nothing so likely to produce peace as to be well prepared to meet the enemy. Be not glad at the misfortune of another, though he may be your enemy. The great rule of conduct for us in regard to foreign nations is, in extending our commercial relations, to have with them as little political connection as possible. No punishment, in my opinion, is too great for the man who can build his greatness upon his country's ruin. I hold the maxim no less applicable to public than to private affairs, that honesty is always the best policy. Decision-making, like coffee, needs a cooling process. It is absolutely necessary, though, for me to have persons that can think for me as well as execute orders. Strive not with your superiors in argument, but always submit your judgment to others with modesty. Individuals entering into society must give up a share of liberty to preserve the rest. A slender acquaintance with the world must convince every man that actions, not words, are the true criterion of the attachment of friends. The basis of our political systems is the right of the people to make and to alter their constitutions of government. One of the expedients of party to acquire influence within particular districts is to misrepresent the opinions and aims of other districts. It is far better to be alone than to be in bad company. Arbitrary power is most easily established on the ruins of liberty abused to licentiousness. Be courteous to all but intimate with few, and let those few be well tried before you give them your confidence. Interwoven as is the love of liberty with every ligament of your hearts, no recommendation of mine is necessary to fortify or confirm the attachment. To be prepared for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace. Harmony, liberal intercourse with all nations are recommended by policy, humanity, and interest. Every day, the increasing weight of years admonishes me more and more that the shade of retirement is as necessary to me as it will be welcome. If the cause is advanced, indifferent is it to me where or in what quarter it happens. The great mass of our citizens require only to understand matters rightly, to form right decisions. I had rather be on my farm than be emperor of the world. A man ought not to value himself of his achievements or rare qualities of wit, much less of his riches, virtue, or kindred. It's good to live alone than to live in a bad company. Government is not reason, it is not eloquence, it is force, and force, like fire, is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. Every man thinks God is on his side. The rich and powerful know he is. Jean Anouilh, French dramatist and playwright. It is far better to be alone than to be in bad company. Much was to be done by prudence, much by conciliation, much by firmness. Those who have committed no faults want no pardon. We are only defending what we deem our indisputable rights. Show not yourself glad at the misfortune of another, though he were your enemy. Reason and experience both forbid us to expect that national morality can prevail in exclusion of religious principles. Be not hasty to believe flying reports to the disparagement of any. Make sure you are doing what God wants you to do, then do it with all your strength. Speak not injurious words, neither in jest nor earnest. Scoff at none, although they give occasion. System to all things is the soul of business. To execute properly and act maturely is the way to conduct it to your advantage. My first wish is to see this plague of mankind, war, banished from the earth. A knowledge of books is the basis upon which other knowledge is to be built. The internet is full of many false and unverified quotes. We have probably had too good an opinion of human nature in forming our confederation.